Mm-hmm. Hello and welcome here in the ZOLLER Smart Factory for another ZOLLER Z.live event. We are here in the brand new ZOLLER Smart Factory in Bleidelsheim nearby Stuttgart. My name is Tobias Wagenhuber and I would like to present today the ZOLLER TMS tool management solution based on one database. And today we would like to produce this workpiece here. And for this workpiece we need some information, so we need some tools, we need an NC program, we need some test devices and so on. And we would like to show an efficient and a digital way how we can manage all these items and information we need for this workpiece. So maybe you know like these folders in the shop floor. So in these folders we are having like information depending on the individual workpiece. So what does that mean? Like for instance, there is the NC program, there is a tool list or like drawings for each individual tools, and so on. So a lot of information like depending on each workpiece, but I guess you know what can happen to these folders. So these folders, or like in general the information inside like paperwork, this can get dirty or it can get lost. Maybe the information inside here are not up to date, or you have to manage this on several databases. So this is all additional work for you have to do to manage this stuff here. So, and we would like to show today a way how we can manage all of this information in a highly efficient and digital way. And this is what we would like to show you today. So our process starts here in the CAM studio. So for instance, in this presentation we are using Hypermill as a CAM system, but this workflow we are showing today, this works for almost every common CAM system. So here in the CAM system, we're having our workpiece we would like to produce. So this is the ZOLLER Smart Factory as a little gift, as a little workpiece for our customer when they visit us. So, and to produce this workpiece, we're having here on the right side the jobs. So jobs are things we have to do to produce this workpiece, like milling this hole here, drilling this hole, and so on. So in here on the right side is our job list. And for each jobs, we need a tool. So, and you see, like most of the jobs are marked green already. Only here, like drilling, there is a red mark. So let's check this drilling together. So here, this is actually for drilling this hole inside here. And let's see what happens. So here is no tool inside. Let's check another job. You see here is like some tools inside with all the parameters you need to program, and in this job we don't have any tools yet. So how can we get easily like the right tool for your CAM system? So first of all, we are checking here by the feature what is necessary to produce this workpiece. So here you see the parameters for this drill, like this is in diameter 8.5 and the length around, let's say, 22. So how can we find such a tool? For this, we having here the ZOLLER interface to the CAM system. So interface, what does that mean for you? This is a big benefit if you have this interface function in your CAM system. Because with this CAM interface, you have the connection to the ZOLLER Z1 database, where we manage all of the tools which are really existing in your shop floor. So this means while you are programming here your CNC program or your CAM studio, like your workpiece, you can check here right from the office, like, are the tools available, which tools can I use, and so on. So let's do this together. So we open up the ZOLLER interface. And another benefit of this interface is you don't need several databases. So here with this interface, your CAM studio and your shop floor, they all work with the same database, and this is a huge benefit for you because you don't need to manage this data several times. So here we can filter like tools for individual machines. So maybe you have already like standard tools on your machine, so then you can check those standard tools which are always on the machine. You can manage these by work pieces you have already produced, like we call that setup sheet. So setup sheet is this folder where you have all information. I will explain this later much more in detail. And then of course you're having the tool lists of all your tools in your shop floor. And how can we easily find this drill with a diameter 8.5? We're having here like filter settings. So we can here manage the filters for like tool data in general, or what we're doing today is like we are filtering via the article characteristic bar. So this means we don't need any turning tools, so we can unmark them. We don't need any probes and so on. What we need is like a drill. So we keep marked all of these, doesn't matter. And here on the right side we're having more filter functions. Let's search for diameter. Here's diameter D. We need 8.5, so let's type that in here. Set this filter active and confirm. And then you see by filtering these, you only get here two options, like two drills with the diameter 8.5. So this is what you need. So this tool, we are adding this tool now to the watch list. So you can import this tool direct into the CAM system by F11, or by F10 you add it to the watch list. So the watch list is empty right now, so let's add this tool to the watch list. So here in our case we only need one tool, because the rest of the jobs are already like marked with some tools. So in our case it's fine with just one tool. But some customers of us, or like in general, like the programs or the work pieces, sometimes they need 20 or 30 tools or even much more. So you can add all of these tools here in this watch list, and by pressing of one button you import them to the CAM studio. So what did we do? We needed a drill with diameter 8.5. Let's check it. And we see here is our diameter, or like our drill with the diameter 8.5. So very quick and easy. And all of this like parameter which are needed to have this drill done, they all gets imported as well. So TMS is also managing like the technology data. We will see this later on. So let's have a little simulation to see how this drill really works. that looks fine for me. So I would say our jobs, they are complete. So, and there is another benefit of the ZOLLER interface. So one button is for, excuse me, export or import the tools from the ZOLLER database in your CAM Studio, and another button is to export a tool list which is needed for this workpiece. So let's hit the export button. Then the interface is open up one more time, and here it looks a little bit different because here we are saving the job list like the tool list. So we're creating a name. So let's say today is the 8th of April 21, and this is an English presentation, so let's have this mark EN. It's a gift. And the programmer was ZOLLER. We can make a decision of the machine already here. So we can pick them here of the drop-down menu. In our case, this is a Chiron FZ16 machine. Here we are saving all the graphics and so on, and here we're having our tool list, all the tools which are needed for this workpiece. So let's save this, and this gets saved in the database. So if you work with the ZOLLER solutions, you have only one database. So this is a huge benefit for you. So the CAM Studio and all other departments, they work with the same database. So what does that mean? Let's check here in TMS this setup sheet. So you remember this folder I have showed at the beginning. What we have here now is a digital version of this folder. So this is a digital setup sheet where we're saving all datas. So let's go here to the library, and this is the setup sheet we have created right now. So this was the 8th of April 21. Let's open this up. So this was a brand new setup sheet. So all the information we're having here inside now, they came right from the CAM Studio. So we're having the information here about which setup sheet it is. So there is a number, there is a description, and the machine we want to produce that. There is already the drawing there. It came from the CAM Studio. And there is the tool data, which came also from the CAM Studio. So here you see these tools are needed to produce this workpiece. And these tools are created in the database, and here they get identified, the measuring technique later for the presetter, and the nominal values. As well, we're having graphics and much more information. So this setup sheet now still is quite empty, because we haven't filled it out. So this information we have now already, they came from the CAM Studio. But let's show you how a complete setup sheet can look. So we open up a similar setup sheet, just we have filled it out previously with more information, so that you see what is really possible here. So in general, first page, we're having some general information of this workpiece. So the article number, drawing number, the rare material, the drawings themselves, like how much time have we needed to produce it the last time, the material, and so on. So all general information of this workpiece. Then we're having the tool data as well, like before. They came from the CAM Studio. Let's check one of these tools themselves. So by pressing here on the I, you can check and manage the individual tools. So, and then you see here, this is the tool T_003, which is an end mill, full hard metal, diameter 16, which has the following single components. So this is the end mill themselves. There is a reduction sleeve, and there's the hydraulic chuck. Then we're having here the article characteristic, like, let's go to the technology data. So here in the technology data, this is what we have imported from the cam studio, or like into the cam studio. So here in TMS, we manage all of your technology data, and this is the know-how of your company. You maybe did some test. What is the best, let's say, like speeds and rounds per minute for this material on this machine, which like each individual tool. So this is your know-how, this is the know-how of your programmer, and here we manage this in a in one database. So each programmer, each operator in your shop floor has the knowledge of all programmer, let's say so, because we manage here all the technology datas. So, and of course there is like the storage list, so we can check here on the, here is our shop floor, this is the smart factory. Here we can check how much do we have in stock. Do we have some tools in the circulation? So this means the tool is in use right now. And so we can double check if the tool is really available when we go down to the shop floor and when we want to set up those tools. So let's go ahead. There is the NC programs we manage as well. So let's check the NC programs. So here, for instance, for one workpiece, we're having three individual NC programs. And the benefit here is you can also manage these programs. So you can release them, you can block them, you can just in general manage this status here. And this is a big benefit. So your operator, they always work with a program which is tested, which is released from the programmer. And another big benefit is here in TMS, we can easily compare those programs. So imagine you have a program. In our case, this is a program with, let's say, much more than 9,000 steps in the program. So here is another program which is actually the same, but someone has changed something. How can we easily compare those two programs? So, by the way, this is a program which is called Notepad++. This is an open source program, so you get this for free, and we link this with TMS. So, and here we can compare those two programs. And then the program shows you immediately where is the changing. And we see someone has changed here the speed. So it was 200 before, now we're having 250. So maybe the operator on the machine, if they're having the rights to do it, maybe they did change something and the programmer in the office didn't even get the clue about that. So not anymore. We manage all programs and we can easily compare them. So same when we go a bit more down. Here is also one more changing, and this is the speed as well. So you see, quick and easy comparing of such huge programs, and we can also manage them here. We can import and export them to the machine, so a very, very safe process in general. we having like documents here for this workpiece. In our case, this is a printout of this setup sheet. So here we have all information like about the tools and so on. Here we can store pretty much everything you like. So we can also, for instance, like have here videos, we can have PDF files and like pretty much everything. And another benefit here is we do not save these documents in our database. So this would make the database huge. This is only a link. This is only a link to your server, to your computer in your shop floor where you manage your documents already anyway. So here this is only a link. Then we can have comments like information of this workpiece, what was good, what was bad. In our case, this is about the 0 point. Then we have here like the test devices. So test devices are needed to produce the workpiece, so we know this. And imagine the case, you produce a workpiece, you have all tools. The NC program was fine, but at the end the workpiece is produced and you do not have the right test devices to control your workpiece. So worst case, the machine needs to stop and the workpiece cannot get controlled. So here in ZOLLER TMS tool management solutions, we can also manage all of your test devices in your shop floor. So the test devices, they having an inventory number because they need to be managed for each individual test device. So in here we see, first of all, is it calibrated and when is the next calibration date? So here right from the office we see, okay, the test device is in good condition because it's calibrated. Let's check the storage list. Is there really one available? And yes, we have one on stock here in our auto log in the tool room. So very easy, we have checked that the test devices which are needed also available. Let's go ahead. Next thing would be the fixtures. So to produce this workpiece, we also need a fixture. In our case, this is this one here. Let's check if this is even available in the shop floor. So we are checking the data file of this fixture here, and we see that it is calibrated, so it's in good condition. We can use it, but imagine your operator would not know where this fixture is. So they would search the whole day the shop floor and they wouldn't find it in any lockers or furnitures or lifts or anything because they don't know exactly where this fixture is. So with TMS, you can easily and immediately check, do we have it on stock, or even also where is it stored. So we have the storage list here as well, and first of all we see there is one on stock, and we can check the storage location, and the storage location in our case is actually this fixture is already on the machine table. So we don't need to set up the fixture. But imagine you would not have this information and they would search all day in the storage and then they would realize, okay, it was already on the machine. So you would have like huge setup times. Not with the ZOLLER TMS anymore. So one more thing is the single components. In our case, this is like the rare material themselves to produce this workpiece, and there is like a little pen and a USB stick. So for instance, in your shop floor, this could be like additional items you need to produce this workpiece, like for instance, like gloves or the rare material as well, any like screws, or let's say just in general additional items you need to produce this workpiece. So, and here you have seen now with the ZOLLER setup sheet, you can manage all datas, all items which are needed to produce this workpiece. And these datas, they never get lost. They can easily be managed up to date. And on each working station, or let's say on each department in your shop floor, they're having the same data all the time available. And this makes the whole workflow very, very efficient. And you as the chief, you have only to manage this data once. And all departments, they can use the same data. So, let's produce this workpiece. So we are moving out from the camp studio and we are moving to the storage. So hello and welcome here in the ZOLLER storage. So what you see here, first of all, in general, this is like the ZOLLER TMS hardware, like the ZOLLER smart cabinets. So smart cabinets, what does that mean? So we're having different versions of these smart cabinets. So this is not only any furnitures or somehow, this is like managed and controlled by TMS like smart cabinets. So this means everything is actually locked and the operator gets guided through this booking process, very efficient, very easy, to minimize setup times and to reduce like searching times. You will see what I mean very soon. So first of all, let's explain a bit more in detail what we have. This is the keeper. Here we store assembled tools. You will see this very soon. This is around 1 square meter and we can easily store here 300 up to 500 tools depending on the size of the tools. Then we're having the tool station, which is based on 2 tool organizers. The organizers are for single components. You will also see this very, very soon. Then this is not only a workbench, this is an integrated TMS system. So here we have the same database as always. You will also see this very, very soon. Then there is the auto log as well for heavy article, or let's say also expensive articles like fixtures, test devices, and so on. Good. Let's book out those tools. So here in the TMS software, kannst du PC 2 schalten, danke. So 1 second, we also show up the next screen. Yeah, so that's fine for me. Here we have the same database as always, and as on each department as well. So what does that mean? We are here in the setup sheets, and here is the library. And you see, this is the workpiece we have actually programmed together. So let's book that out together. So we confirm this, and here is like our tool datas, which are not tool data. Here are actually the tools we are needed to produce this workpiece here. So let's book them out quick and easy by clicking on one button. Here on this screen, you can have additional information like who did book out the tools, for which machine, which department, which reason. So this is all information for your own statistics. So you can manage your tool costs individual for each individual department. So confirm this, then the TMS software is checking the stock. So is everything available? Everything is available because it is marked green here on the side. And what we can do is here, this is the assembled tool, but this tool gets like assembled of some single components. So TMS can manage the assembled tool, but also can manage the individual single components. So for the booking process, I will do both examples. So I mark this here. So this means we are booking out this tool with single components. And the other 4 tools we will book out like as assembled tools. So let's confirm that. And then me as an operator, I get guided by the software. So I see second drawer, second locker. Confirm this. Then in the same, there is my reduction sleeve. So I have easily booked out my single components. I confirm that. So, and here on the keeper, you see, like, first of all, every other drawer is locked. Only this one where the tool is stored gets opened up. Me as an operator, I get guided by the LED. So you see, this is very quick and very easy. So this makes the booking process of tools very efficient. Also, I can like get access on both sides, which makes it very flexible. So, and you see, there is no searching time for tools anymore because I get guided by software, by the hardware as well. So, very quick and very easy. So, the 5 tools we need for this order we have booked out. Me as an operator, I didn't need to like search all drawers because I was guided by the software. So I will assemble this tool quick and easy so we can use this later on in the presentation. Let's have this here. I will clean that up later. So you have seen now how easy it was to assemble all the tools or like to book them out, to check them out with the ZOLLER smart cabinets. So they making the booking process highly efficient. It will minimize your setup times, and another benefit, like everything gets tracked, so you will know exactly who did book out which tool, what time did they book out for which reason, and you as a chief, you can get this information, but we're coming later to this point. So let's go to the next department, or let's say to the next step, which will be the presetter. So we will measure these tools together. So, and by the way, you have here seen also the Zoller tool card, which is also very handy because this can easily transport tools up to 450 kilo, which is absolutely insane, and it still can be moved very, very easily. The Zoller tool card. So, here we are on the Zoller presetter in our presentation. In our case, this is a Venturion 450 with the operator software, the brand new operator software Pilot 4.0. So, this is then full CNC presetter, so all axes will move CNC controlled. This has like a lot of benefits. I will explain them later. We having here the Zoller ACE spindle, which is a power force or like power clamping system. Easily I can plug in the tool post for the tool size we have in use. Then this presetter is also equipped by a scanner, and this scanner is for identifying the tools. So I will show and present this right now. So here, this is the new ZIT code module. So we have booked out some tools. All of these tools are in the database available, and these tools now they are being equipped with those ID label. So you see this tool holder is equipped with a little sticker which is called the ID label. So this is the Zoller ID label, and with this label we manage those tools. So each tool has an individual label, and this label is the inventory number. I will explain very soon what this means. First of all, like you can stick labels. These labels, because this question is coming up very often, how long does stick this label on the tool holder? This is around, let's say, 3 up to 6 months, depending on your cooling liquid. If you have a lot of oil in it, maybe a little bit less, but in general, approximately 6 months. This is what our customer tells us. And you can get a printer here also from Zoller for printing them out and easily stick them on the tool holder. You can also like laser mark this here, but laser marks are forever. So if you need to change something, you cannot change it because it was laser marked already. And if the groove of the laser gets dirty, the scanner cannot read it. So here this label is also better for reading. So, and what we are doing with these ID labels is we are identifying each individual tool by themselves. So imagine you find any random tool in your shop floor. You don't know what kind of tool is it. Does it have like lifetime left, and in general what happens to this tool. So, and with this ID label and the ZIT code technology from Zoller, you do not have these struggles anymore. So this interface is very clear and easy. First of all, before we measure those tools together, let's get information of this tool. So imagine you find a random tool in your shop floor. We all know this has happened many times. So you're walking around and you find on any workbench any tool. No one has information about this tool. Maybe you throw away this tool because you don't know it better. So there is a nice solution for this problem. So by scanning this tool, we get all information of this tool. So what does that mean? So first of all, like there is a drawing of this tool. There is the measuring technology or technique. So this is in need for later when we measure those tools. And, oh, excuse me, I see this is in German. I'm sorry. Let's change the language first. So now this is better, so it's in English. So we have stopped here at the graphics. So there is a graphic to easily identify the tool. There is the measuring technique for later on, but also very, very important. So here is the main data record, but we manage the inventory numbers. So if you have sister tools or like spare tools, we manage, let's say, like same tools, like the same kind of tools, but we manage them individual with the inventory number. This is a very, very huge benefit for you, because with this inventory number, we can check the individual lifetime for each tool. So the tool life was 120, but we're still having some lifetime left. So here you see quick and easy managing your lifetimes for each individual tool. So you will never ever throw a tool away which still have lifetime. Good. So let's measure those tools together. So we go into the menu, measure the tools. And all I need as an operator is I easily scan this tool. It gets identified of the software. I easily hit the measure button. And now you see the big benefit of a CNC presetter. It moves on its own to the right position. So I see I have clamped the tool a little bit too high in the prepare room. So let's change this here. Yeah. So here is my center. So let's move the tool there so that we are in the tolerance. And measure this tool again. And we have stopped by explaining the CNC controlled presetter. This is a very helpful and handy gadget for your operators in the shop floor. Because of like the tools are created in the database with nominal values and the measuring technique, the CNC presetter does the whole measuring process on its own. So it's a user independent measurement in the same time as, like in the fastest time as possible, and as I explained already, like user independent. So each user, even without training, they does measure the tools correct. So you see me as an operator now here on the CNC presetter. All I have to do is clamp the tool, clean that tool, scan it, and hit the measure button. So how easy is that? There is no chance for a mistake. There is not much training needed, and each operator is measuring the tools in the same way, in the same time, with the same quality. So, and here on the right side in the software, you see there is like a tool list which all tools we are measured together. So, and this tool list we sending very soon to the database. So this is another benefit for you if you work with the ZOLLER Z-code technology. We're sending the data not like in the past, here from the machine in the right controller format to the machine. Of course, this is still possible, but with this new technology, I will show very soon, we have a huge benefit. So, the last tool gets measured. And you have seen how easy it was to measure these 5 tools, to measure the whole tool list for this workpiece. So, and in the past, usually if we sended data via the network to the machine, we needed to make the decision right now here on the presetter on which machine do we want to have these tools here. But with the Z-code technology, not anymore. We are sending by F1 only the measured datas, like the tool datas, we are sending them to the database. So, and which benefit does this have for you? I will show you right now. So, let's go to the machine. So, and here on our CNC machine, which is in our case a Chiron machine FZ16S with the controller Sinomeric 840D solution line. We are coming later to the machine. Right now, even more interesting is this Z-code controller right next to the machine. So it can be like standalone or as with magnets plugged on the machine just here on the side, for instance. So, and what we have here, this is now your big benefit, because with this controller you are highly flexible in your shop floor. These tools, we made the decision to have it on this machine. But imagine this machine now would be engaged, or like the last order is not produced, maintenance to do, whatever. So the machine is engaged, we cannot use it. But maybe you have another Aegis K63 machine in your shop floor. So then you can just change the machine just in time. Why is this so? Because we have measured the values of each individual tool on the ZOLLER presetter, but the data is only, let's say, in kind of a rare format in the database. Here in this controller, there is the post-processor. So post-processor is kind of a converter from ZOLLER to like the controller format. Which controller you ever have, don't worry, we having the right post-processor because ZOLLER is developing them by ourselves. And here in the controller, the values gets converted to the right format. So is this machine not available, you can easily move to the next machine which is equipped with this controller. So let's do this. So we would like to load the machine. So I hit here loading machine, and I only need to scan my tools here. So I have only scanned one tool, and the Z-code controller is recognizing the tool list of all tools we have measured together. So, and if you pay attention to here, the spot next to the save button, there is nothing yet. But as soon as we have scanned all tools, same like self-checkout in supermarket, quick and easy scanning all the articles. They are marked here green, and just if the list is complete, we can do the data output in the controller format. So this is also a safety feature for your operator, that only the tool list which is complete can get transferred to the machine. So here we can also like check individual data for each individual tools, like the measurement values, the tool type and lifetime, and also some information you would like to provide your operators here right on the machine side. So the tool list is complete. Now we are sending the data outputs, or like the data, to the controller in the controller format. What you see here, this is the converter, or like this is the loading program for our Siemens controller. So, and let's do this. So now we are moving here to the CNC machine. And we are sharing the screen. Perfect. And let's check the offset. So let's check if something is in the magazine. So the magazine is actually empty, so there is no tool inside, so it's clear. We are going to the MDA, and here with the MDA, or like in general with this Z.live controller, we're sending the data to a transfer folder. So what does that mean? Here the operator on the machine needs to pick the data whenever they need it. This is also another safety feature. So this is the file we have sent it, and I hit the cycle start, and now with this loading program, actually if we did everything right, the tool datas, they should be inside the magazine. So quick and easy, no chance to do mistakes. So, and now we see there is a tool, or like first of all tools are in the magazine. So what we are doing now is we are loading the tools into the CNC magazine on the back side. We're producing our workpiece. Maybe we have to do it several times, maybe 50 times, whatever. And then the operator is recognizing, oh, there is one tool which actually runs out of lifetime or is short to, we need to replace it. So, and for this, we're having here a very, very nice function which is called tool exchange. So right here from the machine, we have the possibility to perform this tool exchange. So tool exchange means I see here my magazine, so all the tools which is in my, or which are on my CNC machine, and I would like to replace this tool. So I cannot scan it because actually the tool is in a physical way in the magazine. So I hit only the tool which I want to replace, and I say, okay, new order. Why? Because the tool was like, it did run out of lifetime, so it was a planned reason. And when, let's have the tool right now. We submit the order, and then we will move back to the presetter to see what happens. So let's move to the presetter. Kannst schon die Kamera umschalten? So 1 second, please. So perfect. So we are moving to the presetter. So, falsche Kamera, egal. So we are moving to the presetter here, and let's see what happens here. So same module, Z.code module, and here we see there is a hit, like a warning signal. This does nothing mean anything bad. Here, this is just only the signal. Here's something to do. So, tool exchange, we can select the individual machine, or we say, please show me all tool exchanges I have to perform right now. So, one moment, I need to do some more thing. Ja, aber das habe ich nicht hier. So, let's select all orders. I would like to book out this tool T1 T_003. So here on the presetter, we having also more smart cabinets. So, and here I will book out the spare tool for this order. So we are here on another TMS working station, same database as everywhere, and we need to check out something. What do we need? This is a tool. I know this was T_003, so it gets recognized as a tool. I can also scan it or pick it from the library. However, it's easy for your operator. Good. So the storage gets checked. Here I would prefer this storage because this is where we are right now. And I confirm this booking. And you see here also no searching time because the system and the hardware is guiding me to the right tool. So we have the spare tool already, quick and easy. Clamp it, clean it. And then this is this tool here. So we mark it. And just as usual as all the time, we scan that tool, confirm it. The tool gets recognized. We can measure the tool and it gets measured on its own. So this tool is measured. Now we have only one tool, the spare tool, so we send the data of this tool away immediately. So they are already now in the transfer folder. I would like to show something before we move back to the machine. So here on each working station, this can be like the presetter, this can be the storage, this can be any external working station equipped with TMS. On each station we have the same database. So, and for this we can also like check the magazine slots for this machine. So in all departments, in the CAD/CAM studio, in the storage, wherever you want to have it, you can check the magazine of your CNC machine. So you see here, these are the tools we have loaded together into the controller, and you can check this on each working station individual. Also another benefit for you. So anyway, let's replace this tool on the CNC machine. I see it's already 9 o'clock, so we need to hurry up a little bit. So, we are still in the tool exchange. I select the... Oh. Sorry for this little distraction, but don't worry, we have all under control. You see, this is a live session, so sometimes strange things happen, but we have all under control. So perfect. We want to replace here this tool, which did run out of lifetime. So I have marked it and I say replace the tool. So it wants me to scan the new tool. The software, the ZIT code scanner, is recognizing immediately the spare tool or like the old tool. So I scan this as well. So you see there is no chance to do any mistake for me as an operator. One more time, the loading program, this is what we have seen before. So because of time reason, I will skip one more time the data output into the controller. You have seen it one time, I guess you have understand how this works. Here is the post processor, so we converting the data here. So, but imagine now the order or like the workpiece is produced, we have done all what we had to done or what we have to done, and now we need to unload the machine. So in this case, we unload the tools back in the tool cart, and then here we also just scan the tools. And then the software is recognizing again this tool list, and then we are scanning all tools. So the list is full, and now there is a huge benefit for you if you work with the new Z-Code 4 technology. Here you have the possibility to type in the remaining lifetime. So me as an operator, I can check the controller and type in the values of the remaining lifetime. And this also gets managed in your database. So this is a huge benefit for you, because the tools which has still lifetime, we unload them with the measurements. So this means all what we have to do afterwards, take this tool, store them back. They are already ready for the next order, because they're having lifetime, they are measured, and all is prepared. So you will minimize your setup time for the next order as well. So unload the tools with the measurements because of the benefits I have explained. So the tools are ready for the next order. So, and now we are checking together. We can actually do this here. So we're saving time. So we are going to the information mode, and we are scanning one tool to check if the remaining lifetime is right. And this is the 39 we have typed in right now together. So here you see all of your data gets managed with the Z-Code 4.0 technology. So, and it's 9 o'clock. The presentation is over. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. I hope you have seen some interesting workflows also for your shop floor. So what you have seen was like almost like the big picture. So starting from the CAM studio via the interfaces, we have picked the tools from the database. We have highly efficient booked them out with the ZOLLER smart cabinets. We have measured these tools like 100% user independent on the CNC machine. We have like managed and controlled them tools by the ID labels. And so you have seen an, let's say, highly efficient, ready for industry 4.0 workflow. And also you can only pick some interesting things you have seen and implement them in your shop floor. So however you like it, ZOLLER has the right solutions. And also I would like to introduce that we're having this kind of live events actually each week. So each week we're having some different topics, like to make the shop floor more efficient, to show nice solutions, and at the end to get more profit in the shop floor. So this was ZOLLER Germany. We say see you the next time, and as always, stay healthy and, be efficient.